Welcome everyone to another episode of Gripsport Latino. Today we have another honorable guest, Mr. Bader Alawadhi. How are you today, my friend?
Thank you so much, Mr. Pancho. I am very glad to be here to see the show and looking forward. Yeah.
Perfect. To start with the interview, Bader, I want to know straight from yourself, who is Bader Alawadhi?
Badr Alawadhi is a family man from Dubai. I am more of the type of you can ask me more questions and I can answer. But Badr basically is a man from Dubai that loves the grip sport. I have been into this sport since I don't know late 2003, 2004, and yeah, I travel the world for my work. I don't know, just ask me and just I will answer. Yeah.
Okay, so I am super curious, Bader, about what do you do for a living? What's your occupation?
I'm a business. I
Uh,
was a banker in the past, and then I am fully fledged businessman.
So, what kind of ventures do you currently have?
It's a diversified business, into wholesale, retail, real estate, hospitality, and a few other things. Yeah. Uh, Currently, I am here in Tokyo, as I told you. It's for a real estate project.
Nice, super good. I studied business as well, so it's super interesting to me to know that you have like a diversified business which allows you to travel the world and know different cultures and different countries as well.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, I mean, you will see everyone, get to know everyone, and instead of the fake online or then TV and news things, you will get to meet them face to face. It's different to getting to know someone when you sit with them, look at them in the eyes, and shake hands with them. It's way better, way different, and it's more authentic. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Badr, did you were you born in Dubai or were you
I was
born
born in
in
Dubai,
another like city country like nearby?
in Dubai.
I think I knew about Dubai like when I was like 15 or 18. I am currently 30. So, was Dubai a country full of luxury and development while growing up?
Yes, I mean, I am born in the 80s. I have seen the phases that it did change. And it's a big change. I mean, of course, if you are young, you cannot remember much, but I do remember from 9, 10 years and onwards. It's a big change. And I believe that most of the cranes, the building cranes in the whole world is either in UAE or China. So these two places are the most developed in the whole world. So there are lots of changes even as we speak now.
Perfect. But I want to know uh, which sports did you practice or play while growing up? I want to know more about your sports career.
Uh, I did a few things. I mean, the national sport was football, yeah.
Okay,
So we used to, okay, football, it's soccer, yeah.
sure.
Soccer,
Here
yeah,
in
yeah.
Chile, football it's soccer. So I understood you perfectly.
It's
But yeah, it's good
it's everywhere
to
in the world
clarify
except
for
the US, yes.
exactly.
Okay, so I did play that, and since childhood I did love wrestling, boxing, martial arts, yeah, the fighting arts. I loved it, and I was so much into the kung fu specifically, and I love you see these little Shaolin monks that they bend things with their hand, they break things with their hands. That's what I loved, and I used to do a bit like that. So that was the sport that I loved. Yeah.
And being fan of these combat sports, how did you get into grip sport? Because you told me that you were into like grip since 2003.
Around either it was late 2003 or early 2004. So I was surfing the web, searching for bending steel or something like these Shaolin monks did. I don't know. Then I think I found across it was a bodybuilder forum, I think, and they were speaking about the Iron Mind steel bending, and the Captains of Crush. I went to the Iron Mind site. I ordered those steel. I wanted to see how hard they were, and I ordered the hand grippers, and that's where it started really. Then I then I entered the website. It was by the late Jesse Marundi, and I had the same username, Alawadhi. And there was back in 2004 when a member there called Squeeze Master Flash. He have introduced me to the grip board because I was asking a lot about chain bending or bending this, bending that. And he said, just go there. They know everything about hands, wrist, and everything. And I think it was late 2004, early 2005, I joined the grip board. So then you can know where it went. Yeah.
And when you bought your first Captains of Crush grippers, which was the first that you could close?
Okay, so at first I bought two, Captain of Crush 1 and 2, and I was closing neither of none,
Oh,
neither of them. Yes, I was young at the time, 15 something, I cannot remember what. I came the one to this much, I guess, and I couldn't close. But now that I think about it, if I had a set, it would have been closed, yeah. But I was just holding it like this, and it was a bit hard. Uh, I was a bit upset, yeah, because I was known in my classroom to have a very good hand grip. But hand grip and this one, it's a bit different. Uh, I ordered then the Captains of Crush tea, and I ripped it the first time 22 or 23 times, the same way. And I think a month after that or less, I did the Captains of Crush one, and 2 months after that, the two, and yeah.
nice. And after that, I mean, when you were like closing those grippers, like the trainer, the number one and the number two, were you training like another sport in parallel or going to the gym? How was it?
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, and did you do any like strength training specifically, like bench press, squat, or something like that?
Not really, but I was more into, yes, I would say yes, but I wasn't focused on that. I was more focused on push-ups, running bit, and so on. And from time to time, I do some bench or shoulder press and biceps and these kind of things.
Nice. And I am super curious because I also joined the grip board like in 2020, something like that. How was the grip board back in the day when they were like just into bending or just into grippers? What kind of information could you get there?
What do you mean exactly?
I mean, these days we always can go to, hey, I want to buy this rating of gripper. Hey, I want to buy gloves. Hey, I want to certify when the Match Monster ladder was there. So before all of that, what did you go to the grip board to search or to ask?
Oh no, it was basically the same as what you see it now. I mean, the forms look it's a bit different. Maybe you can check it in the web archives, but plus minus is same. Minus the rating. The rating it was rated by feeling, yeah. So someone was selling a Captain's of Crush number 3. He would say the it feels at 3.3, and it was a very accurate feeling. I think even more because it says the most of the force is at the end. I mean, if you remember the MMG3, yeah, the Mash Monster Grippers, which was recently sold, uh, people have the rating, the feeling rate, and let's say the MMG3, it was rated at around 185, yeah. 30 pounds
This
of that 185, it was at the last quarter of an inch. So people knew those type of feeling. Uh, the filing of the hand, the gripper, finding the gloves. I mean, it was the same basically, and everyone was helpful. Everyone was nice, even like now. It's plus minus the same. And I
Perfect.
would like again to thank Bill for all of the years to taking care of the board, making sure the board is working good, and now to Matt for taking the work from him, and hopefully he will do the same job, if not better. Yeah,
I hope it's going to be like as good and even better. I am really sure.
I am sure.
A- And Badr, after you, I mean, how long did it took to you to close the three since you started with the groupers?
Oh no, I closed the Captains of Crush number three. I don't know, around 2002, late two, early 13, perhaps 2000, no, 2002, 2012 or 2013. And I wasn't much of a gripper guy because I used
Okay.
to get pain here, okay, and it was a deep, sharp pain. I think it because I used to do this kung fu. I was breaking things with my hand, and one day there was a big cement. It was like 1.5, 2 inches. I don't know how much, and it was this wide. I wanted to break it so hard. First hit, it didn't. It took me like 4 or 5 hits. Then I felt something here. It wasn't a smart thing, but I was young at that time. Yeah, this was back in 2001, I guess. But yeah, so I used to have this pain, and when I used to do a gripper soften, it would not help. Anyways, that's why I went a bit into bending. I was bending back the shiny, the FBBC Shiny Bastards back in 2007. And I also applied for the I don't mind the red nail cert, but they could not find me a witness. Fast forward after my honeymoon in 2012, I certified on the red nail. And then I said, hey, I should close the three. And I did some a bit of more real weight now because using weights that will help, shoulder press, bench, or whatsoever. And I guess 2 to 3 months after that, I did close that three. Yeah,
Perfect. And during that time, did you try to certify on the number three?
not really. No, no. I was
Okay.
training mostly for the deeper set. Yeah, I would say certifying on the three, it's a bit of a challenge. I would like to have it one day, but I think I need to focus on it like 6 months. I think so. Yeah, and then I can have it. But
I
because
had
of
this.
my work, it's a bit hard. Yeah,
Yes. Yes, I can imagine if you are traveling, it must not be like comfy to travel with grippers. I mean, I have done it, but when I travel for holiday, not for work.
I mean, see,
Because
uh, I do have work. I do travel for work. I do have a family. I do have a social life. I'm also
yeah,
doing my PhD in business management, so it's not easy. Huh?
I can imagine. Oh, and
Yeah,
also you're studying. Wow. I could imagine that you do like your personal life as an adult, but even studying, big respect, brother. Big
I
respect.
love it studying. Yeah, I love studying.
And I wanted to know, like, I have seen your YouTube channel and your home gym. It's a dream. You have a really great collection. How did you started building it? Was it like an intentional like a gym that you built, or it was like a adding one element and another, and then it became like a place for
This one,
everyone in the world to visit? How was it?
this one. So I just buy a few things at a time, and I found out that I have this awesome gym. Yeah,
Perfect. And which was I mean, I can imagine that it's kind of expensive to bring the blobs to Dubai. Which was the first blob that you bought for yourself?
okay. You should change the question, which is the first blob that I got.
Okay.
The first blob that I got was a 20 pounder. hex blob. Yeah, hex. It's a easy hex blob. I just found it and took it. It was a bit cheap, but I couldn't find a bigger one. But the first York blob, which I got, which was of a heavier weight, it was a 40 pounds blob, which was gifted to me back in 2007 when I was in Germany, in Munich, meeting Christoph Koch, Hong Kong leg report. We met up. He gave me that as a gift. It was a really nice gift. Thanks again, Christopher. And I did lift it on my first time, and I did the face he lifted. I think if I'm not mistaken, I did lift it with two fingers also. And yeah, I think a year maybe after that, back in 2008, I bought the Blob 50. It was from Gordon V. That's his nickname on the report, Gordon V. He was making a Blob replicas. It was called the Blob 50, and I bought it from him. I tried it. It was a bit hard. Yeah, it did not come. I was doing it with the two hands up, and I forgot about that one. Studying this and that, I lifted the blob again. I don't know, very late, maybe back in 2015 or 16. Yeah,
And but have you lifted the Fat Man, the famous Fat Man?
the Fat Man. I bought the Fat Man. I believe in 2000. I cannot remember well. I think 2009 to 12. In between them, I bought it from Paul Knight,
All
the guy
night, the
from
legend.
Texas. Yeah,
Yes.
him. I bought the brother and sister, so it's the two fat mans with the same handle. Yeah, I bought it from him, and this was also maybe a month or two after lifting the blob 50.
Nice. And I also wanted to know which was the first inch dumbbell that you got.
I got the inch itself, the 78 kg inch, which was from the Heavy Grip Tools. This was also back in 2007, and the handle it isn't good. Yeah, it's a bit curved it's a bit more thick, and it's curved at the end. Of course, it's not that curved, but it's curved. It's not easy, and I couldn't do anything with that. Uh, then I ordered the two more dumbbells, inches, the 54 kg and the 68, 69 kg from Heavy Grip Tools also back in 2007 or 8. And I just kept them there, yeah. I mean, my inch, the first one, it was really hard that even Juha, if you know him, Juha Harju from Finland.
Finland, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He came to my gym back in 2015, him and his wife. And he attempted that inch and he could not.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was one of his peak times. Though at that time he was a bit sick. He said, or he was just recently recovered from being sick. He was on antibiotics for the past week. So yeah,
Well, but these days, I am trying to think about like the big feats of strength that you have achieved during your grip career, so to speak. So you have lifted the inch dumbbell, right?
I have lifted it tilt. Yeah,
Perfect.
tilt,
So
and I did this trick to around my knees. I think this was in front of Sam, Sam Solomi from the UK. I was at
yes,
his gym a year back almost, and I did that.
perfect. And have you ever tried the to pinch the 245s with one hand?
I did in fact pinched my 245s. Mine is very hard. I did pinch 220 kg in the front of Sam. Yeah, it was easy. But my 245s is a bit hard. Yeah. I mean, few people have done that in the world. Yeah. I don't know if you saw on my channel, Sam Sokolonsky. He's a tall Aussie guy, 7 feet.
I haven't, but yeah,
Okay.
he is a big dude. So
He's a big dude, and he's a guy that came to the MENA Grapple Championship, and the guy only jumps, nothing else. Huh? He just came on his first time, l- hold it and finished that easy. The second one was FIP. He's a big Nigerian guy, the one who also lifted my Millennium Dumbbell his first time. Yeah. He came and pinched it easy. The third one was Sam himself. Yeah. So I went to Sam at his gym. Then he came to my gym, and Sam is really good at pinches. He did the two. He cleaned the 220 kg or 245. I cannot remember.
Wow.
It took him a few attempts. It did not come out, but after maybe his fifth or sixth attempt, he did level. And a week after that, I did them too. Yeah, I am very happy on
Perfect.
that. I mean, I had many people at my gym. None could do anything with the 245 except those three and me.
Amazing. And Bader, which is your heaviest RGC gripper that you have ever closed?
I think it's my 3.5. It's rated as 171.
Oh, it's you're super well rounded on the like big grip movements, Bader. Big respect.
Not maybe, yeah,
I
yeah.
I
It's okay, but
I
that
mean
was the peak.
yes, but I mean you have visitors like the elite of the grip worldwide. Of course, it's going to be like a humbling experience. So
Yes.
I wanted to know, Bader, what motivated you to create your YouTube channel? Because there have been some epic videos on your YouTube channel and many talents in arm wrestling. What was the starting of your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel, okay, when I joined the Gripboard, we were uploading our PRs. I forgot the site, but it was a different site, yeah, back in 2005 or something. Then in 2006 or early 2007, I was uploading my PRs on YouTube. So it evolved from there. When I got to meet this guy and that guy, I take his video, post it, post my lifts, post some of my training, post some of my PRs. Then Yuha came, then Lane came, Jet came, and arm wrestlers came, Larry came, a few others, and I did this channel came out to be here.
And now it has like a lot of subscribers and a lot of views, right?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't check it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it has a really good quality. I like to watch your videos,
Thank you
especially
so
if they are
much.
like long, like 30 minutes. It's like, oh, I am going to do my training and put the video from Bader. I love to do that
So if you see, I used to just post like just lifts, but now maybe from a few months ago, I post a bit longer versions, is because many people told me that I have nice little content, but don't cut it into lots of videos. So I just send them to a guy. He just merge them and post them online. It is good. Talking about the subscribers, now that I think about it, I think it's around 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, not wow, but yeah.
and also wanted to like you mentioned you had Jet Johnson, Lane. Yuha was the first that visited you, right? Like from the grip world.
Sorry.
I wanted to know if Yuha Harhu was the first grip guy that visited you in your gym,
In my gym, yes, him. Yes,
and was it like something that you wanted to have like a hub of like come to visit me, or it was like something that came up like as a surprise? Because
something
I
it
think
came up later on. Yeah, it it did it'll come up later on because I think I am the only one in my entire region that has these kind of things. So if someone wants to do these kind of things, they should come and see me.
I think well when I checked your profile, it appears that you are like the president of the Middle East and North Africa grip organization. Correct me if
Correct.
I'm wrong.
Yes. Correct.
I want to know if you have done contest in your region, grip
I have
contest.
done back in 2019. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I have done, I think, two or three King Kongs, but that's different. We are speaking about the MENA Grip organization. We have done one in March, I believe it was March 2019. And it was a good event. It was big. Randall, Dr. Randall from Iron Mind also came, and a few others came also, yeah. And we had the athletes from all over the world, and it was a good contest. Even Lane came, Lane Snook, and
Oh,
yeah, uh, I wanted to make this one really big, so the plan was in late March 2020. We will do something. It was a bit bigger, because see, I don't want to mention names. We signed the NDA, but I spoke with a few people, and this was supposedly big. So the first one was on my expense, but the next one, it was sponsored, which was in March 2020. And the one after that, it was the third one. So the one after that, it had a big prize in money. I'm speaking about 100,000 USD. Yeah?
whoa.
Unfortunately, COVID came, and sorry to say, but it ruined everything. The one in 2020, it was cancelled. And Panayotis came there at that time for the contest, but it didn't happen. Yeah, because of the COVID, he also needed to leave early, yeah, after a few days, because the airport it was closing down. Then yeah, I think I need to work on speaking with the same guys again. Yeah,
Nice. And when you have done these contests, which disciplines are you including in the tournament?
uh, I mean back then, or if I will do a new one.
Back then, like in example 2019, which disciplines did you include?
uh, the list is there online, but it was me, Lane, a few of the locals here, which they were really, really good. This 7 feet Sam came. Uh, Maybe you know him, Josh Thickpen.
No, I don't, but
He
uh, m-
was uh, he was really good. He's an what do you call it? The master strongman. He was a second, and he's a grip guy himself. He competed in Mighty Mitts and a few other places. And Brian Benzel came, who was once the fourth, and I cannot remember, but he was world strongest man athlete, big big guy. Who could the log press around 204 kg. A few others came. Yeah, the list is online. I cannot remember them all now.
no, but maybe I didn't express myself well. But I wanted to know which were the disciplines of the contest, like thick bar,
Ah,
pinch,
sorry,
grippers.
sorry, sorry, sorry,
No
sorry,
problem.
sorry, sorry. Uh, this I remember it was seven. I think. Yeah. So we started. Let me think. Huh? Let me think. Uh, can I check them quickly online?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, because there was a Apollo Axel replica, the Rolling Thunder, the Iron Mind Hub, the baseline crash, the Blob 50 lift, and let me check. Yeah, let me check. But it was a lot. Yeah. Okay. Rolling Thunder, then the baseline Dino crash, then the Iron Mind pinch, Iron Mind Big Horn, Iron Mind Hub, then the two-hand pinch by David Horn, then the Axel, which is a replica of the Apollon Axel. Yeah, it is the exact replica. And this replica, I bought it from Lane Snook. It came from Nathan Hall, have made the replica based on the measurements from Dr. Randall of Iron Mind, which went to the museum in Paris, the Sports Museum, and saw the original replica and took the pictures and measures and everything. Nathan took it from him and made the exact replica. And
Nice.
then the blobs, yeah.
And if you were to do another contest in the future, would you like to replicate this style of disciplines, or would you like to include something different?
I like it. It's very all rounded, but a few people were really complaining because it was like 7 or 8 events and it was too much. Uh, Endurance was a problem, but I like it. Yeah. So I think I would go for the same. I think so.
Perfect. Bader, I wanted to also cover the fact that you have been discovering many talents. In example, Caleb. How did you discover Caleb?
From the garage, yeah.
How? I didn't understand. How did you
Okay.
meet him?
Okay. A friend of mine went to the garage to fix his car.
Okay.
Long story short, he saw him with a big hand, and he's an arm wrestler. And he asked him to come and check him. He gave me a call. He said, I found a guy. He was very good and all of these things. Then told him to go take him because it was the same time as when Devon Larat was there the first time meeting Larry Wheels. Then I told him to take him there. And Devon liked him. He said he has big hands and so on. Then my friend said, then you should see him. I took him to my gym. Whoa, amazing. Really good.
If you can remember the video, and he could close a 3.5 the first time, right?
Oh, no, 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 no. The first time he was very bad at hand grippers. I think it's because of the hand placement. Yeah. I don't think so. It was about the power. He couldn't even close the one. But then I adjusted it in his hands. I think he did close the one or the two. Yeah. But that was the first time, not more than the two. But the blobs, the fat man, it was easy. Inches, he went up to the 98 kg inch strict.
The
And
first time.
I'm first time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these days, I have heard that he's like into MMA, right?
Martial arts, yes.
Are you still in touch with him?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or because a friend of mine from Mexico, who's the first Mexican to certify on the number three, his name is Pedro Tamayo. He wanted to know which is Khaled's current grip strength. Like, is he stronger than what we saw in your videos, or he's not dedicated anymore? How is it?
I don't know. See, last time we spoke was a few weeks ago, but he only trains still martial arts. If I have, if I guess, I think I would say he's weaker than what he was because at back then he was like training once a week religiously for 2.5 months, and then he didn't really train much. Yeah, it was more into martial arts for the next year and a half. Then he fully committed to martial arts.
I understand. I guess I mean, mixed martial arts, it's a much bigger sport than grip so far. So I guess it's more like appealing. Maybe they pay more. I can guess.
They do, yes.
I guess it's good to see him like doing another sport, and well, he can come back, and maybe he comes back stronger for the next, like the next time that he visits your gym. Maybe he can live to
Yes,
Millennium.
exactly. Of course.
And Uh, I remember you also had videos with Larry Wheels. How is he for Gripsport? I have never seen if he lifted any blob or inch dumbbell. How does he do on that fits?
I do have those videos online. He's really good. He did lift the inch the first time, the blob the first time, the fat man the first time. He did close the three. I think he came so much close on the 3.5 with his not so good set at all. If he sets it, he would close it. Very strong guy. Very strong guy.
Super,
Yeah.
super, and he's super young. I think he's not 30 yet, right?
No, no, he's 27 or 8. Yeah. I think 28.
Amazing. He's currently like into arm wrestling, right?
No, he's now back at California, and Larry likes to change. So one time it will bodybuilding, next day grip, next day arm wrestling, next day powerlifting, back to strongman. He does mix. He likes to maintain this all roundness, but he loves arm wrestling a lot. Yeah.
Perfect. And also, considering that you are a businessman traveling, studying, I wanted to know which are your grip goals for this year.
See, I really don't have much time to train. I am in Tokyo right now. I don't have anything besides I do once every few days push-ups. So grip goals, I would say realistically, because of my time, I think I would love to lift my 245s again, or at least rep them. I would like to wide close the captain of crash number three. I think I can do it on the deep set now, but wide close it. I would like to again maybe to clean the blob with two fingers. Uh, Maybe to strict lift the inch. Yeah, maybe those are the things. Yeah,
And as a president of the Middle East and North Africa Grip Organization, would you like to promote any big contest or develop the discipline in Dubai? Do you have any goals
I
with
would
that?
love that. I would love that. Yeah, problem is because I started my PhD back in a year and a half almost. Yeah, and it's a bit harder with the work. But I was planning in the summer to speak to those sponsors again. And if things were good, maybe March of 2025, if things it was good, we will start it again. Yeah. Because I want something boom. I don't want any chihuahua thing or something. Yeah.
So you want to promote a big contest, like noisy,
Exactly.
big impact. Nice.
Basically, yeah. So it's something that is very well worth my time. I want to make something really big. If it was a smaller thing, maybe I don't have the time for that. But if it was big, because it will help the sport, it will help the athletes, it will help the name of the sport, then yes.
Perfect. Uh, I wanted to know, Bader, since you have seen the sport like develop since like 20 something years from in the past, uh, how do you see the sport development in 5 years in the future?
Eh, I think if people have the right sponsors, the sport it will get really big. Yeah. I mean, see, the sports were there also once at Arnold's. It was big. Yeah. Many people went there. Rich, Tex, Adam Glass, Durniat, many people. Jed. We thought it was about the platform, and it didn't grow much. It did gain more exposure, but that exposure, I believe, it's because of the social media. Yeah? I don't think so. It's because of the platform. I think maybe I am wrong, but I think talking to the right sponsors, having the right athletes promoted, having the right cash prize, uh, and I think we should twist the sport. I mean, it should be more of a competitive way. If we look at strongman, it has a bigger fan base than armist, 100%. Yeah, but because I'm involved into both sports in a way, the arm wrestling fans are a bit more hardcore, so they pay for their pay-per-view much more than the strongman fans. So I think it goes back to the arm wrestling being a competitive sport. It's a mini martial arts. You hold hands, you fight, you talk shit. Excuse my language, but
No problem.
this is what people what would like to see. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Perfect. It's about giving them like a more entertaining show,
Correct.
as
Yes.
I can see as well, because well, that sells on social media and people like it, like people confronting each other, and they like to see competition. 100%.
Exactly. exactly. I mean, now if I think about it, let's say we hold a 2-inch V bar, yeah. So
Yes.
I hold it and you hold it, and we sit down and see who will pull the V bar out of the other person's hand. I mean, it's just I thought of this one now, but maybe something to compete against. Maybe I don't know.
Yes, but it is like that, and there are many like opportunities to have this sport to grow, and it's super important. In fact, I am going to host a competition. It's the first that I will host in Chile, and I don't want Chihuahua events as well. So I'll take your advice with the sponsorships because I haven't touched like those doors yet. But it has to be like bigger events. We have to bring bigger lifts, uh, interesting people to came and lived in our venues, and
Exactly. Yes.
yes, that's like the main goal that we have to fulfill these days. Bader, I want to know if you have any question for me or for the project Gripsport Latino or for Grip in Latin America, anything that you would like to ask.
Eh, okay. See, now you said that you want to do your grip comp and you wanted to do a big bump. I would say the first year, it's in my humble experience. Do something small, see how you can manage it, and simultaneously you can speak with the sponsors, and perhaps the year after that do something big. I want to know what's your goal in that area, because I think you're the first one. I think so. You're the first one in those areas. I mean, there was certified captains of Karash number 3. He was Brazilian, but I don't think so. He's much into grip now. You are thankful for that. You're making the sport famous there in South America. And what is your plan then for the next 5 years? Now I will ask you the same question, if you don't mind.
Yes. For the next, I mean, for this year, my plan is to in 3 weeks I'm going to make a competition for started. In fact, the name of the competition is Genesis Grip Competition,
Ah,
and
nice.
that's where everyone is going to see where where their lifts are, because we are going to have 20 millimeter block set with grippers. Then we're going to have Little Big Horn from Iron Mind, a pinch block from Iron Mind, and the finish ball, which is like a super famous event, and it's appearing on King Kong and all the big events. So I am going to do this first one, this first competition in 3 weeks. Then in the middle of the year, like in July, I am going to do another one, which is going to be named Gripsport Latino Classic, which is going to be the same like disciplines as the one that I'm going to do on April, plus the Crusher, so they can have like a taste of the main disciplines of grip. And in between the contest, I am doing every weekend grip gathering, grip training, and teaching what I know and sharing all the experience that I gathered through these years. And I just want to uh, arrive to this year's King Kong with many competitors, do a great venue with women, with kids, with many competitive athletes who also would like to travel to the US or travel to another countries to, like, let's say, gain visibility or earn the respect from the other countries. Like, in example, I want to go to the US and lift the fat man, lift the inch, maybe get a certification, and this is like what I'd love to do this year. In 5 more years, I would love to see more panchos in another countries and throughout my country, because Chile is super long and hard to access country. Like, it's not easy for me to get to the north. I would love to have another promoter like me in the north, another in the south, another in Argentina, another in Peru, another in Mexico, and basically we should have our own league, our own like uh, imagine a South American grip organization, something like that. And also, I am doing like an online store, doing rolling handles, pinch blocks, and I am selling it. And the idea is to be an option as a supplier for people here in the south of the world. Because, in example, if I buy a finished ball, I have to pay 40 for the finished ball and 40 more for the shipping, or with grippers. I mean, with grippers, I don't mind, but if a gripper is $30, I have to pay 65 for the shipping. So I would love to produce most of the equipment here in Chile. My dream is to produce grippers here because it will be like much cheaper for people to try. And I already have like the full set of Canon PowerWorks rated grippers. So I have all of that dreams. I would love to bring more equipment here. I would love to bring an inch dumbbell to Chile. I don't know if anyone in South America has it. I think they don't. But I'd love to have that here. I would love to go to Scotland to live the Dinis. So there are many goals that I want to achieve, and mainly I'd like to show here in South America like this is possible and we can do it, and it's not like something that only it's done in America, in North America or in Europe, or that you have to be born like in the and northern hemisphere to achieve all these goals. So that's
Of
pretty much
course.
it.
Okay, nice, nice. Speaking about your event in the next 3 weeks, you
Yes.
said the events are what exactly?
The events are a 20 millimeter block set with grippers, Iron Mind Blockbuster, Finish Ball, and Little Big Horn from Iron Mind.
Did you try to invite Dr. Randall?
I have never spoken to Dr. Randall, and in fact, I'd love to interview him because I have many things to ask him about. But no, I didn't think about inviting him. Would
Okay,
you think
why?
that
Because
he will come?
yeah, yeah, sure. Because I invited him back in 2019, and he came. He took pictures and posted about the event on Iron Mind, and because the event you have dominant Iron Mind handles, I think he might come. Yeah, I mean, you will just send him an email if he can come or not. As simple as that.
I, I'm going to do it because in the second event that I'm going to do this year, I will repeat many Iron Mind events. So yes, you gave me a super good idea, brother. Thank you.
It's welcome, and he's a good guy. He's a gentleman. I'm sure that he's there to help you in any way.
Perfect. So, Bader, the last words belong to you. Do you have any message or advice that you'd like to share with the grip community to finish with this interview?
I don't know what to say, but you should always support the grip sport and always find people, obviously with a better name, but if not, find the people that can make the grip sport a better sport. I mean, if you just search around a bit here and there, you will find the people that can lift the inch, the 98 kg inch. Heck, I even found people that could lift the Millennium Dumbbell on their first try. It will give the sport a better name. And when there are people who can lift, let's say, the Millennium on the first time, although they are big guys, it will push the ceiling from here to here. We will see bigger lifts in the future. Yeah, I mean, if you look in the past, the history of the clean and jerk, it wasn't much as it is now. Yeah, the ceiling it will always goes more. Maybe in the future, God knows, someone will lift the Mark Henry dumbbell, which is a 2.5 inch, 300 pound mistaken Mark Henry bell. Maybe uh, focus on the sport if you can. See, I love the sport so much. I can give my time as much as I can. Someone else should also do as much as they can. I mean, you are doing really good for the sport. I love that. Thank you again. You're exposing the sport in South America and online around the world. I would like to see more people involved into the sport. Yeah,
Perfect. Bader, thanks for your time. It was really nice meeting you and having an interview with you. Uh, and I hope to one day visit Dubai and meet with you. I would love to know your gym, and even if we can go to a tournament together, it would be super fun. And thanks again for joining the show.
thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me over and you coming to my gym. It will happen sooner than expected. Wait and see.
Perfect. Well, thanks everyone to have watched this lovely episode, and see you next time. Goodbye, friends.
See you. Thank you. Bye bye.